Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV, gonna be casting a game between Liquid, Jinro, and Potato. This is game number 2, not that it's a series or anything, these are ladder games. I only say that and labeling it because they did play 3 days ago, and Potato got the best of Jinro on Tal'Darim Altar. But Daybreak is actually currently favored towards the Terran in the current metagame. It kind of has all the elements to be a Zerg map with so many different passageways. I mean, you have the 3 avenues to go around the map, and then you got even more around here. You can do counterattacks galore. But utilizing all of that requires a lot of army control. It's not so easy to set up flanks. There's no real big open areas. And a lot of Zerg players, you kind of get tanks right here, and they kind of funnel all in this small area, and it's just so easy for the Terran to kill everything with tanks. And for that reason, a lot of Zergs kind of turtle up until they get to Hive Tech when they can deal with those tanks. But it's already a little bit too late. Terrans, they don't have to play aggressively on this map. They can play passively, and it just ends up being so hard for the Zerg unless it's like TLO or Violet. Both of them do succeed on this map, and their gameplay is kind of revolves around multi-pronged attacks, counterattacks, just having your army everywhere. So they can utilize all these passageways, but the standard Zerg, the standard macro Zerg, just isn't there yet with his map presence and multi-pronged army control. We do have the 15 hatch being built by Potato. We'll see what time he ends up getting his gas. He got his gas relatively early. I think it was before the pool on Tal'Darim Altar. Will he get it early this game? I don't know. We do have this one SCV coming out, seeing the Overlord move on across. It is relatively safe here. And one deviation immediately. It's a smaller 1v1 map. We do have the gas being built before the pool, but the deviation is the drone scout. He's not sending one out early at all. He doesn't even send one out. He's at 16 supply, was at 17 when he got this pool. No scout at all. The Overlord is going to be handling it, going to position it right here. And as I was saying, the Overlord isn't in real danger here. I know a lot of people who watched the Muslim on Cloud Kingdom are like, oh my god, the barracks could be built right here, lift up and kill the Overlord. But on Cloud Kingdom, the barracks being built out here isn't as dangerous. On Daybreak, if a drone scout does come, you're going to lose the SCV, and the barracks is going to be slightly delayed just because it's so far away from the mineral line. So generally you won't see Terran players build the barracks out here. Sometimes you do, but majority of the time you won't. I don't even think I've seen the Muslim utilize that. And I think the Overlord, he can find safety maybe above this little globe thing. So you can't even kill it all the time. And that's just my guess. I don't know for sure. We do have an SCV taking a little bit of an odd route right now. Looks like he may just be going out to hide. He did come up, saw that the guys were on gas, and he is... Where is that SCV going? He is just going all around the map. Who knows why, avoiding this Zelnaga tower. No idea why he's doing that with this SCV. Maybe he has some weird timing where he's like, okay, well, my SCV can go all the way around the map, and then by the time it gets in the base again, it's the time I want to come in to scout. So, Jinro, maybe he's looking for Overlords for his Marines to go and kill, and that may be what he's trying to find out. The Overlord flight pattern, that can be good. And we'll see if he sends out Marines after this to deal with that. He does have reacted Hellions on the way out. Only 2 Marines, so I don't think he'd be hunting any Overlords. And looks like the SCV is going to make his way back in the base. So that could be just one of those weird things. Checking this one watchtower now and not going to be going in the base. My bad. Just odd play by Jinro right here with the SCV. Maybe just trying to find out if the Overlords are spreading out so he can find out how he wants to do his drop play. Right now he knows Overlords are going to be in this northern area, but hasn't seen any in the southern area. So if he does go for drops, maybe he'll be focusing on the southern and not the northern. SCV does come in, sees quite a few speedlings for this time in the game, considering Jinro hasn't moved out, but that is because there is no spine crawler. And I don't think he did that last game. He just defended against the Hellions with just speedlings. And we do have the 3rd base on the way now for Potato. Worker count is 26 to 32. It looks like Jinro is done with Hellion production up at 4. Not really using them at all for map control. There we go. Looks like he kind of wants to move out. Kind of second guessing it. The Overlord is here to see the Hellions move out. Very nice Overlord positioning right there. And we're seeing where these Vikings end up going. Did have control of the watchtower. And now he is checking this one. The Zerg player not on top of staying on the watchtowers. And now Jinro will be getting an idea what this third base timing is. And we did see him go Mutalisk last time. But this time he is getting a Roach one, which is going to delay his Mutas some. And it looks like he's going to use Roaches instead of Banelings. And I do like seeing him have two different playstyles. I wonder if it's map dependent or Jinro did something a little bit different. Right now I think Jinro is doing the same thing, at least from a Potato standpoint. So maybe going Roaches just because the map is a little bit smaller than Tiled Rim. And Hellions are going to be trying to take out those Lings. Lings are going to come in, try to get as much scouting as he possibly can. Jinro's defense is back at home a little bit thin. Doesn't have Siege Tech done just yet. About 15 more seconds until it is. And those Lings just going to be making their way on back home. The creep spread is very good by Potato. You can see those tumors at the edge of the creep. Not really missing any chances to push them on out. Hellions are going to be missing that one tumor. Did not quite get the kill off. And again, that one SCV did see the Overlord split on this northern position. As I did say, none on the southern. So is Jinro going to get drops anytime soon? We do see that Starport finishing. So will he go into the southern position? That will be kind of why his SCV did that Looney Scout, if that's indeed what he does. Nice cancel on that tumor, not wanting to lose one. Really impressed by Potato's play. And man, does that name sound ridiculous. I know. But anyways, Lings just want to get on this watchtower. Holding the watchtowers on Daybreak is really, really big. Because if you hold this, look how much vision it gives. It gives you... Go to his vision. Over here, and over here. What does that mean? If the Terran player holds this constantly, then he doesn't have to scan this whole area because he's going to know as long as he was diligent about paying attention to the map, there's no Bird Banelings out on the map. As long as the Zerg holds this, then Bird Banelings can be anywhere, which means Jinro has to use a lot more scans, probably 2 scans to get over here safely. There's Hellions now just standing right here, denying the creep spread north, but the creep spread south is doing just fine. And looks like an Overseer does get morphed, and he will be going in to Jinro's base. At the same time, Lings are coming in towards over here, picks off a few Marines. But that allows this Overlord to get a complete scout on everything and sees those first 2 medevacs coming out. And yes, that is the first 2. And the Lings didn't see any medevacs with the Marines. So he probably has an idea that is definitely the first 2. The upgrades right now for Jinro, 1-1. For Potato, he is at 0-0 right now. Did get that Roach one, but hasn't really built any Roaches yet. Was just getting that in anticipation that Jinro was aggressive. Does have the Banelings Nest up, getting those 1-1 upgrades on the ground. And this is a deviation already. Actually, just +1 carry pace. He started the ground upgrades much, much earlier, which means that Ultralist Tech is possible, and the Roach is blocking the Queen. She wants to go and take a dump away from the base, but, well, just can't, because those Roaches not letting her through. Do have a double expand right now from Potato, and this is the mistake Jinro made last game. He wasn't aggressive at all, just playing very passive, and he's doing that in this game as well. Playing so passive, I think it may even be a mistake, at least on this map. You can get away with it. It's not good, but it is possible to get away with passivity on Daybreak. And that may just be like Jinro's overall flaw. He is generally passive in every matchup in TVT, plays mech exclusively pretty much, and, well, mech play is passive. This bio-tank play, I think to be successful against Zerg, you have to be extremely aggressive. So, I have no idea why Jinro sent that one SCV around in the early game. If you know, let me know in the comments. I would appreciate that. We do have the Marine now. This is the first sign of aggression from Jinro, pretty much. Takes out 1 drone, maybe gets 2 drones. He is showing off his upgrades, sees those mutas, doesn't see any upgrades on them. That is now just finishing We do have 2-1 on the way for those Lings. Pathogen Glands has started along with the Hive. No Spire, so he is going to be going into Ultralisk play, it looks like. At least as a small buffer until he gets into the Broodlords, because we don't see the Spire. Oh no, the Spire's out. He's got Mutas. What am I talking about? I'm so used to casting Zerg players who don't go Mutas, but on the Korean ladder, Mutas are still very popular. Scan goes down, these Mutas are going to be retreating. And those upgrades going to be now finishing. We'll see if he immediately starts 3-2. Jinro, he is working on 2-2, just about done. His bio is ahead in upgrades. 4 Hellions moving on out through the southern position. And 1 Hellion does get taken out. And there goes... Notice the armor upgrade. No, that's actually negated by the +1 Hellion. I guess the 3 shots didn't go on. I thought 3 Hellion Flames would kill a drone easy peasy, but a bunch of Banelings coming in, getting target fired by Jinro, and Jinro's got to back up all his Marines, going through another tank, and not a single Baneling there connected on the Marines. Excellent focus firing by Jinro, but he's got to be careful as Infestors are now coming out, finally doing a drop over into this main base, going to be taking out the Spire, and that is huge. And I know I said he was going into Ultra play. I thought he was because I didn't see the Spire. Well, it's been taken out, so a Zerg player doesn't really have a choice in the matter. Unless he wants to go Infestor Ling, which is possible. It's doable. Infestor Ling Bling, but Ultralisk Cabin does immediately get thrown down as the Spire is getting rebuilt. Ling's coming in, trying to kind of come in from both positions, not doing that efficiently. And oh my god, Infestors, why are you here? But gets good fungals. Jinro not killing them. Nope, all the Infestors do go off. These Marines slowly going to get healed up. And I think the Infestor would have been much better off using Infested Terrans, letting the Lings get closer in. 3 more Infestors going to come and insta-gib a lot of those Marines. And 1 more fungal does go down, killing off a few more. Tank's going to go in siege mode, prevent that from happening. Roaches being built. But the Roaches, keep in mind, they don't have any missile attacks. There's been no reason to get missile attacks. So Roaches relatively unupgraded. Lings coming in here. There are 2 tanks in nice positions. Those Banelings going to connect. Lings do get behind. And a Zerg player looks like he will be holding on to this base. As Jinro does get more and more units coming out. 3-3 on the way that Chitin is plating. And 2-3 on the way for the Zerg player. The upgrades are about even. And those Ultras, we'll see how effective they were. I can't tell you how big sniping that Spire was. I just can't express it. And that was like Jinro's only drop. He did like 1 drop this game, and how effective was that? Can you imagine if he did more drops? And use those drops to get into positions with his tanks and Marines? I mean, the drops don't have to do damage. It just allows you to get in position, take out those tumors safely. And look at the bio split on those Marines, kind of making those Infestors obsolete. Unless they chose to throw down Infested Terrans, which I don't really see many Korean players using that much. Good transfuse on that Spine Crawler. Marines going to be taking out those tanks. Going to be picking those off. Slowly but surely, the Spine Crawlers are going down. Jinro moving more and more forces on over. Can see all the Banelings moving, morphing in. So he knows what's up. He knows his tanks are going to have to be sieged. And look at the position they are in. Best possible position in this area. Marines back here. Big Baneling hits do go off. Some good fungal growths, but so many tanks in siege. Banelings getting taken out before they can get in, but fungal growths on the Marines. Those Ultras, though, gonna be falling. And looks like he wants to try to take out these Marines. Good micro by Jinro. Gets that surround on the Ultra. Not a good day to be an Ultralisk. And another one is going down. You can see him targeting down those tanks. Does take out 2, so that 1 Ultra was pretty darn effective. That tank count has been dramatically reduced. Jinro is only on 2 factories, it looks like. Yep, only on 2 facts. At this point, he probably should be on 3 or 4 factories. But then again, maybe not, just because if Broodlords did come out, you don't want to be building all those tanks. But 7 more Ultras on the way. Nice pickup by Jinro, keeping those Marines alive. And you can see Jinro running around with those Marines. And Baneling's coming in. The Marines do hop up in the medevac. Not quick enough. A lot do go down. And Jinro just holding this one area on. And you can see again, Zerg players just don't really know how to split their armies that efficiently, as both those Ultralisks die, and then this one Ultralisk does manage to come in. So that is very hard to do. And once Zerg players start mastering that, I think Daybreak will switch into being a Zerg favored map until Terran players go learn how to deal with that. And a lot of Marines going to be taken out. Those Ultras going to go down. And on this map, it would be very hard to go mech. You would have to learn how to use buildings as time buffers. So units would attack the buildings. A lot of your tanks would be unsieged, and while the units attack the buildings, it buys you like 5 or 10 seconds to get your tanks out of siege into position. It's really hard to do. Going mech on this map would be an absolute nightmare against a good Zerg. And Viking is going to be taking out that one Overlord. We do have plenty of Ultras still being morphed. But Jinro, 171 supply to 143. Just slowly pushing his way in. 4 bases to 4 bases right now. And that Ultralisk does not know what he's getting himself into. Will take out that one tank. Ultra's pretty darn good at killing tanks, apparently. And that one lone Viking just on an Overlord shopping spree. Only getting 1 kill, though. And it looks like those Ultras going to do what they do best. And good phone growth on those SCVs. The PF is going to go down despite being repaired. Ultras just are so good at taking out buildings. But that leaves all these Infestors like unprotected, and 2 went down there, or possibly even more. And Ultra's doing a good job here, but that tank spread by Jinro is so good. Ultras are being affected, but I think they will be cleaned up. And Jinro going to be getting his 4th base immediately, landing that already. 66 SCVs, 259 drones. That medevac count is getting relatively high. There's no anti-air right now for a Zerg player, and that's kind of one of the problems when you go Ultralisks. You don't have anything that really wants to take out these medevacs, so that count is just going to get higher and higher, and then eventually it's going to get high enough where you can't kill anything, because that healing will just be tremendously good. Medevac is going down on a lot of those. Fungal growth is going down on a lot of those medevacs. But again, those Ultras, you can see just how long it takes to kill. And that one Marine under the fungal growth takes no damage, but you can see, turning down these medevacs, 1 more fungal growth will kind of seal the deal. Jinro's starting to split those because he knows how critical it is. And Infestarian does get more. Big fungal growth takes down 3 medevacs. And Jinro getting a force over here. He is on creep, and he don't care. He is moving on in. And if this base does go down, that will be game-breaking. Ling's coming in, trying to deal with this. There are a lot of tanks now. And again, Jinro has such a good tank spread. And this base is gonna be sacrificed. He's like, screw it, to the 3 bases. But that, never something you want to do. You never want to go behind on bases against a Terran player. Jinro slowly clinching in. The dagger going up underneath the ribcage of Potato. He is being sliced up, gonna be turned into French fries. And I'm not gonna go on with that joke, but I think you know the creativity in it. The Queen is gonna be going down, falls back behind a lot of spine crawlers. This one hatch is gonna be taken out. And the drone's gonna be transferred, and that is all she wrote, guys. There's no hope at all. I guess the Infestors, the 5 Infestor hit squad, gonna try to take this base out. But even this base goes out, Jinro will still be +1 base and probably has another command center somewhere. And those Infestors not talking to the command center, trying to get all the SCVs when it's a dog pile in here. Kills a lot of them, but still over mining at that base. And Broodlords come out a little bit too late. Scans go down, just looking all around for bird banelings. A bird zergling, not quite as good as a bird baneling, actually in a league of another level down below. Jinro gonna be marching his way in. And units are gonna stem back. That Infestor gonna fall. Gets a good phone growth off on that bio, but still plenty of medevacs to keep that thing healed up. And these Broodlords gonna be taken out. Some nice concave by Jinro. Not giving this game any leeway. Doesn't take any chances of throwing it. Playing this game out to the end with very nice control. 175 supply, 262 supply. GG, says Potato. And we will be going into SC2 gears. I'm interested to see his injecting. So did I do it? Yeah, I did. APM, not too much. Let's go to the injects. That wasn't so good. 16 seconds. I don't care if you did tumors, that is unacceptable. 15 minutes, 18 seconds. So his injects don't look as good this game as they did last game. And well, he didn't win this game. So it kind of shows you good injects win games. Kind of verifies what Nesty did say. Not really all that much to go into this game. I don't know where the game turned. Jinro was just effective. Maybe when he kept sniped that Spire. That Spire delayed the Broodlord tech, forced the Ultralisk, which again, not effective because Daybreak has so many narrow chokes. They can't really all fit down ramps. They are too big for their own good. And again, hope you enjoy that game. Take care, guys, and I will see you in a bit. Probably won't be casting again. It is 1 a.m. Gonna take a nap. Try to cast more games before MLG. Peace out. See you more. See you more. See you more. Ooh.